Welcome back to A Tales of Two Bros. I am Angel,
I'm Adan.
and this will be our marvelous review of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Is it worth the watch or a waste of time? You're about to find out.
Well, first, it sounded like you said Holly special, but I think it's a Christmas special.
No, it's a holiday special. So before we get into our review, guys, if you want to learn how to save money in gas, groceries, restaurants, check the description below. It's not a sponsor. We don't get any kickback from it. It's just our saying thanks for our viewers of watching and listening. Also, you want to be a superhero? Check the description below on how you can save a life or two. All right, spoilers. Thanksgiving just came around. Christmas is around the corner. Now we're being bombarded. And this is the second special presentation by Marvel on Disney Plus with another holiday feel or theme. Because first we had Werewolf by Night that came out around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is coming out right after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas. So I guess that's going to be their one shots, the special presentation. I guess we'll expect them every so often on a season. Maybe we'll expect another one for a Valentine's Day one, or maybe a Easter one. I don't know, maybe a 4th of July one will come out. I don't know what they're going to do. And possibly, since at the end credit scene, there was a strong hint that they'll do another one.
I'm just thinking now of all the different holidays they could do, like a Wakanda one for Black History Month.
They're coming out with a prequel series.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Yeah, they're coming out with the first Black Panther.
Oh, and that
And
was the thing in the
I saw
comics.
some, yeah, they showed some, I guess, concept arts. And I understand that Wakanda and vibranium is like a advanced culture and all that stuff, but it looks too advanced. It looks more advanced than what we have present day of Wakanda with Shuri and with what happened with T'Challa and all this stuff. It's like, oh boy,
Oh,
I hope I don't go
that's
crazy.
different. Yeah, that's different from the comics. Comics like Wakanda, the first Black Panther was like a caveman.
I just hope they make it a period piece in a true sense. I mean, again, advancement should not be too far ahead in comparison to what we have in present day. Anyway, so let's go back to this special. I don't know about you. I did enjoy this overall because we have the gang back together, especially with James Gunn, especially after the fiasco he went through when he was kicked off of Marvel by Disney and then he jumped ship. Well, no, he didn't really jump ship, but he went to DC to do
Yeah,
the Suicide Squad and then
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. And he is doing the third installment of the movie. And this was a nice filler in between. What was your initial thoughts? What did you think about it?
Overall, I enjoyed it. I laughed more than I thought I would. It was straight up like the way it started though caught me off guard because I was like, it looked like one of those. The animation style reminded me of for some reason it reminded me of The Hobbit, like
Yes.
the guitar or
Yes.
like the Boba Fett adventure
Mm-hmm.
cartoon. And I'm like, were we just hoodwinked with the trailer and we're not we're getting a cartoon the entire time? And then it
Right.
went from the cartoon to real life, arguably. So that, and I started laughing from there. There was some parts where I was confused because I didn't know where they got the funds to buy Nowhere, essentially,
Right.
unless
Well,
that was from like when they
maybe,
were working with Thor.
possibly. I mean,
Mhm.
granted, yeah, we did see them last time Thor Love and Thunder. It's more like a cameo. But again, to have the whole gang with the writer and director James Gunn in it, it was nice. I don't know either. Maybe they'll answer that question in the third movie. Maybe Gamora is not in this one as well. She's still somewhere. I
Yeah, they're
mean
still searching for her.
the past Gamora, right?
Hmm.
I found it cute here and there. It has some chuckles here and there. The other characters had bigger parts. Mantis had a bigger part in it.
You would have
Do you
thought
remember that?
Peter Quill would have had a bigger part, but he actually had a smaller role.
Like, right. Her, I mean, him and
Nebula.
she was had a small part. Yeah, Nebula, she had a small part too. But it was good to have, Michael Rooker back playing Yandu, the voicing as Yandu anyway. I mean, overall, it's kind of cliche where,
I mean,
I don't
honestly,
know,
what Christmas
the whole
special
Kevin
is it?
Bacon thing, the whole, well, no, but with the Kevin Bacon thing was, I don't know. Was it needed? I mean,
Just Kevin Bacon overall, or the fact like they realized Kevin Bacon was an actor and they're like, oh my god, actors.
it was almost like a big commercial for his music because he is in a band with his brother.
True.
He took his opportunity to show his singing chops. This is a fun show, but in comparison to, say, Werewolf by Night, and I know there's two different themes.
I would say this is more like where Werewolf by Night is Marvel meets the 1940s or 30s horror for Halloween. This is Marvel meets Hallmark, like 1990s Hallmark.
Hallmark or Lifetime channel. Yeah,
It's a fair comparison with that. And honestly, a lot of the Christmas movies that I grew up with, besides like the really big name ones, were like Hallmark movies or like Lifetime movies that you would just find on TV, and that's legit the feel that you got from this. It was very corny,
well,
at times, and very hammed on with the Christmas theme in a lot of different ways.
Now I don't remember. I think it was covered that Mantis and Star-Lord are related.
From the second film, I think it was insinuated because she was like on the planet, on another planet, and he's like, I found you and whatnot. And basically, he was only going to planets that already seeded, for lack of a better, for lack of a better term. So it was like heavily insinuated.
For me, that was the best part of that of the episode, of them coming together, realizing well, she already knew, but him finding out, that happened at the end. Yeah, that he has family, because that's the thing. Like the biggest part of him was that he didn't have family. Yeah, he had family with Drax, Rocket, Gamora. That his crew was his family. Yondu and the Revengers, or the Ravagers, excuse me, was his family there. But it was not like blood family. Yeah. And she became that, even though they're half brother and half sister related. Now he has that legitimacy of that. Like, that's his sister, that's family.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it would have been better if they kind of went in that aspect, I think. I don't know. Just my opinion.
I guess you could argue the fact that it was done that way to kind of push the sell. Like, no matter what gift you get, there's no greater gift than family. And like, you kind of want to leave that as the hook at the end.
Yeah, that's true. Now, is there a scene or moment that you really enjoyed?
Ooh, I was dying laughing with the first song, where like we just picked up these instruments and like we've only had them for a week, and we started learning them, and we learned a little bit of what you call Christmas. And he's like, and I was like, I just want to run this song by you, see if this is any good. They rock it out.
They rock it out,
and it's all wrong about like the Christmas. He's like, you only had this for a week, and so that had me laughing. I laughed more with Mantis and I would say Drax, not necessarily chasing down Kevin Bacon, but when they were on their way to Kevin Bacon, like coming to Earth. Case in point, like when she's like getting drunk, or when she's like, "Why are they all staring? Did you put the cloak on?" And he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "I can clearly see you just turned it off." He's like, "No, I didn't."
No, it seemed like in this one, like Drax was a little more relaxed, more, I wouldn't say human, but more natural. Like he wasn't so like stiff or like how he is in the other films, just as like matter of factly.
And I would also say Mantis had more of a change too, because Mantis was more docile and would let him talk over her and stuff like that. Where here she was more assertive. Now, you could argue it's because of what she was trying to do for Quill, and that's why she was being more assertive with Drax. But yeah.
I have to say, for me, what I did enjoy overall was the interaction with the cops. In the sense, like her
that one scene,
like her fighting style. Like before she was like afraid to do something or to touch someone.
Yeah.
Where here she's just throwing down.
I thought you might like that scene for fighting. Because
Oh, it was good.
yeah, she was getting in
And it
there
was very.
doing tosses, submissions, and she was using her I guess like her empathic ability, for lack of a better term, is like it's like an empathic submission.
Well, it was most like also like a Jedi mind trick.
Kind of, yeah. Either you go with either way, but basically, it's like
Right.
she'll put them in a submission hold and be like sleep, or it's like like drop your gun or something like that,
Hmm.
and then
Right.
that's it. So I was like, they're
And
really effective,
and also with that scene with Drax, excuse me, that he's bulletproof.
which makes sense. He's done a
Right.
lot of tough
But he's been
things.
injured. Yeah, but he's been injured. But he's been cut by swords and knives when he fought.
Not earth
But
knives. There's
I get. Well, I guess.
guess it depends on the steel.
Right.
Lead
I
dust
mean, it
doesn't
was
do
cute.
it.
They say it's like you're being, you're tickling me, which is a little different in the sense, like say Superman, who just, oh, and they talk about that. They talk about DC characters, and I was like, oh, they did it. They just did a Deadpool.
Yeah.
They just pulled a Deadpool. But yeah, it was like where Superman takes the bullets, but he doesn't, he doesn't tickle, just bounce off him. Or like Luke Cage too, they just, objects just bounce off him. Where he's laughing here while he's getting shot. But yeah, when they have Kevin Bacon mind tricked, he's like, be a hero. He's like, want me like Batman? Like he goes into the
No,
voice.
the first
And
one
I was like,
he goes into was like a British soldier in like World War
no,
II.
true,
He goes, no,
true.
be
And
normal, be like a real
right, but I
hero.
just like, but him, yeah, but them allowing to go with Batman, and then again knowing that James Gunn has done two DC projects on his as well, and that he is now involved in the DCU just recently.
Mm.
Of course, this was shot a long time ago, which they are saying now that video games and the new future animation projects
Hmm.
will also tie into the film projects.
I mean, I'm not
So
surprised
that was all.
they did that with the Arrowverse, where they had the animated movies that were tied into that.
But the Arrowverse is not tied in with the DCU,
No, I know, but you can argue that was like their beta test for that concept,
I
and
guess.
so it makes sense, honestly, to do that.
Mm.
And DC, in retrospect, is they usually hit it out of the park with their DC animated movies.
Well, not all of them. Some of them are really crap,
Yeah,
but
but ratio wise,
for
I
the
mean,
most
they
part.
got like
But no, for
40
the most part,
films.
right? Where Marvel knocks it out of the park with their film projects and their animation projects suck. DC, their animation knocks it out of the park. Where their film projects, live action, not so good. Was
But
there
back to
any
this.
other?
Well,
Yeah, let's go back.
what was a
So
really good scene for you? But was it just the cop scene for the fighting, or was there something that stood out for you? Because I talked about
no,
mine with the
that was
song.
pretty much, yeah. For me, it was pretty much that, like the whole interaction and learning about that Drax is bulletproof. Mantis can lay down; she can throw.
Yeah.
I did appreciate where it went back to the callback. They did a callback to Infinity War with when Raccoon with Rocket, excuse me, meets
Yes,
the
I laughed on
soldier.
that.
Yeah, when
And
he
Nebula
when
gives him that arm,
right, and I was like, he calls back because he wanted that arm.
Bucky's arm, and she
Yeah,
just smiles. I'm like, oh. Oh, now that you mention that, since Bucky disappeared, I never thought about that. His arm didn't did it disappear with him? I don't think it disappeared with him.
I don't remember. I just remember. All I remember is the gun that he had drop. I don't remember if the arm dropped as well.
That's true. Now I feel like I have to watch at least that scene.
A few
Although,
moments later, no, his whole arm goes away.
okay, so it had to
Only thing that,
happen after Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
yeah, I mean, that's the only way I can explain it because the only thing that's there is the. Wait a minute. Do I have to look at it again? Hold up.
There's a gun. He drops the gun.
Right, he drops the gun, but does he? Bucky's arm is where? His right arm, right,
His
or left arm?
left.
A few moments later.
So his arm, yeah. So it disappeared the whole thing. So it was just so where he got that where she got that arm, I don't know.
What about Groot? Groot looked like he was hitting
His
the gym.
well, he's a teenager, and what do a lot of teenagers do?
They bulk up.
Well, they hit the gym. They get that little action. Yeah, he did look like he did.
Or Groot, like I mean, like he didn't get taller. He just stayed the same height, but he got a little bit thicker. One other scene that had me laughing is when they
Yeah.
unwrap Kevin Bacon, they remove the trance, and he sees Rocket the raccoon, and Rocket's like, "Don't worry, Kevin Bacon, we're not here to hurt you." And he goes, "He's like, is that like a talking raccoon?" He's like, "I'll kill you." or when they insult Kevin Bacon and he's still under a trance in the ship, and Kevin Bacon's like, "Normally that really would piss me off, but right now I feel kind of good."
Yeah, I mean, there are some good moments, but in my honest opinion, you don't have to watch this unless you're for nostalgic. If you love Guardians of the Galaxy, if you love the characters, yeah, watch it. But does it really overall give anything new except for that Mantis and Star-Lord are now related? It's confirmed they're related.
For continuity purposes, it's not required viewing. Absolutely not. Personally, I think this will be a great movie for kids. Your kids will probably eat this up. It's a holiday film. It's much more lighthearted than your average MCU project that you have coming out. It's 45 minutes, easy to binge. Not even a binge, is like just a quick glimpse. So if you have kids, personally, I would say this will be a strong recommendation in that area. In that case, then, yeah, you watch it there.
Like I said before, for kids, but again, if you want to see the band back together with the maestro leading the helm, James Gunn, that is awesome. And of course, his brother is in it too, playing the new Yandu. I keep forgetting his name, but he has the helmet now, the headpiece now, which was kind of cute because he says, I still haven't gotten the handle of it, the hang of it, the kinks out. I can just imagine what he has done trying to control that arrow.
Since where we left
hitting
off.
himself or someone else. Yeah. And so that would be kind of funny to see. This was another one shot, a special presentation. Disney Plus and Marvel are apparently going to keep doing. And I don't mind it because, again, you're not really investing that much time, just no more than 60 minutes, 45 minutes. So that's fine. I welcome that. I mean, and now in comparison of the two special presentations of Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I prefer Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
We did this last time where we compared this to all of the Marvel series.
We're going to give it that.
We're not going to do that. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So right now, those out of the two, Werewolf by Night is the better one. It's entertaining nonetheless.
I would definitely say so. Like a 4th of July one with Captain America, I'd be down for watching that.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Exactly. We'll probably be with Sam Wilson.
I'll still be down for that.
Unless there's a flashback, with the original Steve Rogers doing something.
The flashback to Captain America during World War II fighting with James Howlett, aka Wolverine. That'd be a great holiday, a great 4th of July special.
That would be kind of cool. That would be nice. Did you see the episode? What did you like about it? Let us know. Comment below. And also, is there a show you would like us to review? Be it Marvel, DC, Star Wars, maybe on Hulu, streaming on Netflix, Paramount, Peacock, Apple TV. What else is there? There's so much TV, I don't know where to begin. All right, guys, that is our marvelous review of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Until next time, will be the next time. I'm Angel.
Adan.
Love you.
Love you, bro.